So here I am working the drill. I finally got Clay to stand still. I rode the worst horse possible for this because he is a goosey getting around dude. But I'm going to start out just walking and almost hitting a stop and then a pivot. Again, make sure your shoulder is clear. So when I pivot, the entire horse can come around and the pole is not in my way. Forward, 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 right up here. Make sure I'm clear. Stop, pivot. Trying to keep the horse from pushing away or out of the turn. Forward, forward, forward. And now here we're going to take out the stop. This is kind of rushing through day one. This is day one with this horse on this drill. But I'm going to take out the stop. So got his nose tipped to the inside. Ask him for his nose, shoulders, ribs, everything comes. Forward, forward, forward. Nose, shoulder, ribs. We come around the turn. Now we're going to bump up to a lope. I'm going to start with two hands because this horse is wanting to drift away a little bit and I want to make my corners pretty sharp. Forward, 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 forward. Make sure my shoulder is clear. Start my turn. Shoulder, forward, forward. Start the turn. Forward, forward, forward. Start the turn. Eventually, I want to be able to work up to one hand. I think my next circle I do. Again, this horse is gassy, so I'm kind of having to use my outside hand as a brake. Here, I'm able to go one-handed. His nose is tipped. Bring his shoulder through. Bring his shoulder through. Again, it doesn't look as much like a square when it's moving parts. I personally think this horse is drifting away now that I'm watching this just a little much, but it's still satisfactory. Forward, 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 forward. One hand. Whoa. And then now we're going to step to the inside. We're going to keep the same principles. We're just doing it a walk here. Now I'm riding up here to this pole. I'm going to go straight across. Oh, actually, hang on. So I didn't think the pattern was big enough for this horse, and I wanted to set him up for success. Therefore, I moved the poles out a little bit. Don't put yourself in a bind. You can always tighten your square down as you get more comfortable doing this drill. But to get more comfortable with this horse, I had to make it bigger. So I'm going to ride to point one, which is, I'm just making this up as we go because this isn't any particular barrel. Point two, point three. My eyes are up. My focal point is up. Point four. Forward and across the barrel to that point. Point one, forward across. Point two, forward across. Point three, forward across. Point four. Again, I'd like to be able to move this down to one-handed, and this horse is too jacked up to trot, but I would say I would recommend trotting. Here we're moving up to a lope, trying to stay in the hot wire to my best of my ability. Again, it looks like a circle, not a square once you start moving. So we're going to go to this pole, across, that pole, across, that pole, across, that pole. Now I'm going to try to work up to doing it one-handed. So again, it looks like a nice fluid circle. Point one, point two, point three, point four. And I'm sure you're waiting for me to put this on the pattern. I will here in just a second. Point one, two, three, four. Nice circle, one-handed, nose is tipped to the inside. Everything's coming when I'm asking it to. I'm not drifting out, not drifting in. All right, here in a second, I'm going to show you. This is what a lot of people want to do. They want to come up here and they want to hit a V. This is a no-no right here. So this is the third barrel, let's say. A lot of people want to come up here and hit what I call a pivot spot, pivot, and go straight back home towards the third barrel. That is a definite no-no. I'm going to show you here how that I do it correct. Point one in this is third barrel. Point one, you're just going to ride to the inside of it. You're going to go straight to point two. And then you're going to go across to point three. And then you're going to heads up and point four to the inside and straight home. Hope this makes sense. So I'm going to try to do it again here at a lope. Point one, you're just going to ride to the inside. You're literally taking your diagonal straight across to point two, technically. So this is third barrel. I'm going up to this point two, point three, point four, straight home. Now, the more better you get at this, the tighter you can make your turn. Hope that helps.